गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ओम सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। So we saw Sayat evam vit asman lokat pretya etam annamayamatmanam upasankramati etam pranamayamatmanam upasankramati etam manomayamatmanam upasankramati etam vijnanayamatmanam upasankramati etam anandamayamatmanam upasankramati. So pretya means one is pratyavritya or nirapeksha. All other great commentators have also said abhimanam parityajya. Pretya means abhimanam, identification. Parityajya, having given up the identification. That means what? Here a person, a sadhaka, who knows that his own self is identical with Brahman, then he gives up his attachment with his physical body. First step. And similarly, slowly he gives up the attachment towards his pranamaya sharira, manomaya, vijnanamaya and anandamaya. Once a person, wise man, gives up his identification with the physical body, it is said he becomes samashti, annamaya attains. He becomes one with the total, what you call annamaya. The moment when a wise man attains this anandamaya, annamaya atma, the total, the gross body, identification with it, so remaining with it, one with it, remaining one with it, what happens? He gives his attachment to its effect. What is its effect? The samashti, annamaya, whatever is there, annamaya, whatever the samashti product is there, the gross sheath or gross world, that becomes karana for this individual gross body. So once you identify with the total cause of the individual, the gross bodies, then effect is given up. Now similarly, I slowly attain pranamaya sharira, moving inward to it, slow moving. And then when I identify with the pranamaya sharira, then what happens? I give up this identification with the total annamaya atma. And then still I move inside to manomaya kosha, manomaya atma. I identified with the self, which is identified with the total mind, and then I give up my vesti mind. So similarly, by passing more and more going into inner and inner stages, slowly, the one by one, the outer things which are effects karya are given up and by the wise man. So that is how slowly he attains and ultimately establishes himself in atha adrushye anatme anirukte anilayane abhayam pratishtham vindate. Then he gets established in that pure self which is adrushya and anatme, which has no body, this bodiless, anirukte, Nirukta Vedic dictionary it is. So Anirukta means which cannot be defined or in indescribable state, which cannot be expressed. Anirvachaniya vastuni and anilaye and also abhayam, anilayane and other it is not a nilayam, unsupporting it is. So it is a pure, all-pervading self. Abhayam pratistham vindate. Now with this, technically speaking, we completed this Anuvāka also. Tadapyesha sloko bhavati. That's all. Pertaining this, there is another sloka also. Next Anuvāka moves. But Acharya, Shankara, for our understanding, takes up a discussion, which has more questions and also answers also. A dialogue, a question and answer, that is Purvapakshi, and Purvapakshi is opponent. Ask questions. And now Acharya begins with this thought. Tatra etat chintyam ko ayam evam with katham va sankramati iti. Kim parasmad atmano anyah sankramakarta pravibhakta uta sa eva iti. Kim tataha, no, that is Kim the Purvapakshi. Now, tatra etat chintyam. Now, this has to be thought now. Chintyam. Who is this ko ayam evam with? Now, is it saya evam with the one who knows thus? Now, who is this knower of Brahman? If you are not alert in the class, thinking that we already studied Vedanta, we know, you will not understand anything. Once you stop initial stages, if you are not with me, then you leave your mind, then afterwards you will never understand a single dialogue or single question or single answer. So be alert in the beginning itself. It's a warning if you really want to understand. Now, that says, Upanishad says, Saya evam with. So I am evam saha, whoever is the one who knows thus. That is the same. Now who is this saha? Say, who is he who knows thus? Saya evam with koyam evam with va katham or katham sankramati iti. Sankramanam means attaining. Sankramanam, attainment. Now, who is this? Attaining, or who is? So, in the expression, ko ayam evam with. So, who is he who knows thus? In the expression, who knows thus? Who is he? And how does he attain? Katham sankramati iti. Now, parasmat atmanaha anyaha sankramakarta parivibhaktaha uta sa eva iti. Now there are two options are there. Now, is he the attainer? Sankramakarta, attainer. Parasmat atmano anyaha. Is he different from the Supreme Self? Or sayeva iti. So total one option is the attainer, is he different from Brahman, attaining Brahman, or sayeva iti, or is he same as Supreme Self? So this Sankramakarta means attainer. Etam annamaya atmana upasankramati, etam anandamaya sankramati, he attains. Who is this attaining? Saya evam with asman lokat pretya, one who knows this, he attains after. But who is he? Tatra etat chintyam. Now this has to be inquired into. Now, kim tataha? Now what is this important benefit out of this charcha? Kim tataha, so what? No. Acharya says, no, aisa mat kaho, because there are some problems in this. Why? Let us see now. Yet anyasyat shruti virodha. If you say this Sankramana Karta, the attainer, who is one who knows thus the Supreme Brahman, the attainer, if you say that he is separate from Brahman, then it is Shruti Virodha. It is going against the scriptural statements or sentences, Shruti Vakya. Why? Therefore, now one thing is, so it cannot be said that the Jiva, that the person who knows Brahman is different from Brahman. So you cannot say that the Jiva, the attainer, who is attaining Brahman, is different from Brahman. Why? On what reasons? On what reasons? Number one is Shruti Virodha. Shruti Virodha is the reason given mainly. So you cannot say the Sankramana Karta, the attainer, is different from Brahman because it is Shruti Virodha. I repeat some statements again and again. Now, what are the Shruti Vakyas? Tat srištva tadeva anupravishat. Having created, he alone entered. Now, this statement is made by Shruti. If you say the attainer, Sankramana Karta, is different from the Brahman, you are going against this Vedic sentence such as Tat srištva tadevanu pravishat. One more thing also is there. Anyo asau anyo aham asmi iti nasa veda. There also there, Upaniṣad says, one who, there the context is, one who worships God, thinking that anyaha asau, he is one, I am another, wo alag hai, main alag hu. He is one and I am another person. So, anya asau, anyo aham asmiti nasa veda. So one who worships God, thinking that a God is different from me, such a person, he doesn't know. Nasa veda. Brahmānanda says, such a person, he doesn't know him. If you worship God as separate from you, that means you don't know him. You cannot know him. Now in Acharya Shankara, in his Bhashya, in Upaniṣad only, he says, a person, what will happen? He is wonderful in Bhashya, though out of context, technically speaking, it appears as the out of context, but it is a simple elongation of the same thought. There in Acharya Bhashya, our Shankaracharya says that what will happen if you worship different gods who are other than you? Or anybody you think that he is other than you, so you worship him. Kya hota hai? If person who is worshipping another god, so he offer him praises, he prays stuti, praises, stuti karta hai, offer salutations, unke liye yajna yagadi karma bhi karta hai, and so on, so many things. He suffers. Such a person only suffers in life. Why? Because, not only because of ignorance, that he is other than me, but in such kind of worships, a seeker or a person who is worshipping another god as different from him, he is degrading himself like an animal to the gods. तब क्या हो रहा है? आचार्य says, उन सभी देवताओं के सामने जैसे मनुष्य को what will happen, just as Acharya says, as a cow, Upaniṣad says this, he becomes an animal to the gods. Acharya Shankaracharya commenting on this passage, he becomes animal to the gods is Shruti Vakya, Upaniṣad says. So Acharya says in his Bhashya, as a cow or other animals are used through their services, such as carrying loads or yielding milk, so on. In this way, this man also, who is used to everyone, by everyone of the gods and others also, on account of his many services that he has been offering to the gods, such as performing sacrifices, etc. That means If you consider Devata or anybody as other than God, other than you, and worship him, those gods only make you their animal. And पशु के द्वारा हम हमारा काम करवाते हैं. वैसे ही they also dictate this one person and through him fulfill all their needs and requirements. गधे का काम करवाता है बस. So Acharya says, that is to say, he is therefore engaged to do all kinds of service for them. देखिए, so here Acharya says, Anya asau anyo aham asmiti nasaveda Upaniṣad. Ekameva advitiyam. Ekameva, he is one alone, advitiyam, without a second, one without the second, without a second. Chandogya Upanishad says. So if you mention, if you say the attainer, Sankramaṇakarta, the seeker, who is the person who is doing sadhana to realize Brahman, if he is considering himself or herself as other than Brahman, Sankramaṇakarta, it is Shruti Virodha. These so many Vakyas are there. Not only that, Tattvamasi Chandogya Upanishad. So by saying that Sankramaṇakarta is different from Brahman, you are going against the scriptural statements. Iti. Atha, or दूसरा problem भी है. What is the problem? Other problem. Atha sa eva आनंदमयम आत्मानम उपसंक्रामति इति कर्मकर्तृत्व अनुपपत्तिः. कर्मकर्तृत्व अनुपत्तिः परस्य एव च संसारित्वं पराभावो वा. This is another thing. Now, on the contrary, right? Sayeva Anandamayam Atma. Now you say that same Atma, okay sir, he is not different. He is attaining himself. Suppose you say like this. There is also a problem. Why? Because then what happens? Atha or Sayeva Anandamayam Atma Upasankramati iti. क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे? They know same entity cannot be both the subject and the object. How can the attainer and the attained cannot be the same? When you say attainer, there is something to attain other than attainer through another marga, through some means. अब क्या हो रहा है इसमें? Same entity cannot be both the subject and object. Therefore, that means what? That is one who knows the object, what is to be known, which is known, and this also is not possible. Because what happened now? One who knows the object which is known. So he himself becomes that. Who are you? I am attainer. What are you attaining? The object. What is the object? I myself. So then the problem is it. And moreover, parasya evacha samsaritvam parabhavova. So therefore it can't be said a person who knows the Brahman, is non-different from, or not different from, non-different, is one with Brahman. ऐसा भी नहीं कह सकते. If you say Brahman is separate, Shruti Virodha against. If you say attainer and Brahman are separate, Shruti Virodha. If you say attainer and Brahman are one, object and subject become one. Same entity cannot become object of the which is to be known, and the same entity cannot be the subject which is trying to know it. इसके अलावा दूसरा problem भी है. If you consider the attainer and the Brahman are non-different from each other, if they are one, the second problem is, there are two other problems are there. If you say Jiva is identical with Brahman, Jiva is one with Brahman or identical with Brahman, then what happens? That Brahman also attains transmigratory existence, samsaritvam. See? He becomes a samsari. If you say Jiva is identical with Brahman, that means Brahman, Jiva is a samsari, so Brahma also becomes samsari. He is also will be subjected to change like Jiva. He is also subjected to suffering like Jiva. If you say Brahman is identical with Jiva, not Jiva, he is identical with Brahman, one position you have taken. Jiva is identical with Brahman means all the Jiva's attributes are there with Brahman. No, Brahman is like Jiva only. If that is the case, then samsaritvam, one is parasayeva samsaritvam parabhavo va. If you say Brahman is identical with Jiva, then Brahman himself would just cease to exist. Where is Brahman now? है ही नहीं. So, who is this attainer now? Is he one with Brahman or separate from Brahman? Both the contexts, there are some problems are there. So, now, question, Purvapakshi asked a question. Yadi upayatha prapto doshaha na parihartam shakyata iti vyartha chinta. If no, the two propositions you have undertaken. Two assumptions. In the both the assumptions, one is if Jiva is identical or Jiva is one with Brahman or Jiva is not separate from Brahman. Separate from Brahman, one with Brahman. Those two positions, two assumptions. In these two assumptions, if so many defects are there. Assumption number one, if Jiva is one with Brahman, Sruti Virodha. Assumption number two, Jiva and Brahman are separate. If that is the case, the Brahman becomes samsari. If Jiva is identical with Brahman. Second proposition, Jiva and Brahman are one and the same. So if separate, problem, Sruti Virodha. Jiva is separate from Brahman, going against scriptural statements. Jiva and Brahman are one and the same. Then, what happens? Brahman becomes a Jiva like samsari like Jiva, or Brahman ceases to exist. Therefore, see now Purvapakshi is little frustrated. He says, if both the assumptions, the defect remaining, unavoidable. In these, the defects which are born, arising out of these assumptions, both the defects are unavoidable, then this chinta is vyartha. Bekaram if you have unnecessarily chinta. This inquiry itself is a waste of time. Atra, tatra, etat chintyate करके दो प्रपोजिशन लिए assumptions and दोनों आप ही काट दिया पहले. फिर क्या चिंता करना है इसमें? What chintyate? Chintyate means what is to be inquired, what is to be thought of. ये हिंदी का चिंता छोड़ना नहीं. Therefore, so यदि उभयता प्राप्तो दोषः न परिहर्तुम, and both the sides, on both the assumptions there are defects, faults, and which are not possible, parihartum na shakyate, which cannot be removed. Defects which are what do you call, unremovable, irremovable, or whatever it is. Unremovable defects are there in these both assumptions. Then vyartha chinta. Or अन्यतरस्मिन् पक्षे दोष अप्राप्ति तृतीये वा पक्षे अदुष्टे स एव शास्त्रार्थ इति व्यर्थ एव चिंता. Now another thing is, now if there is a third assumption, or अन्यतरस्मिन् पक्षे दोषः अप्राप्तिः. Now suppose, what is it? In either of these two. Second is, if the third assumption is there, for example, freed from fault, anyadarasmin paksha, in either of these things. So, then that assumption also becomes meaningless because there is no chinta, because though aprapti va trutiya pakshe adushte sayeva shastrartha iti vyartha eva chinta. Now, for example, now sir, there is a third proposition you take, which is totally different from the two that which I mentioned above, which are mentioned above. No, there is a third assumption also. So, therefore, right? The third assumption is there. So third assumption is freed from defect. It is free from faults. So trutiya pakshe, trutiye pakshe, adushte. Adushte means faultless, flawless. Sayeva shastrartha iti. Now if you say that, no, the shastra meaning is actually there is a third assumption, which is totally different from the mention which I mentioned above, these two assumptions with which discussion started. Assumption number one, Brahman is one with or separate from Brahma, Jiva, or Jiva is separate from Brahman. Second is Jiva and Brahman are one. No, sir, third assumption, if you say, Purvapakshi says, if you say there is a third assumption which is totally defect free from the above two mentioned, even then the discussion is useless. Why? Because we want to discuss first and second assumption. And you say there is a solution in the third assumption. अब क्या की चिंता है? See, very beautiful. So, so you cannot take any assumptions now. Therefore, vyarthaya chinta. अब देखिए क्या करना है. Now Acharya says, na. What na? Only two you started. And you say it is not correct. Na. Tan nirdharanarthatvad. Discussion what I am proposing is, chintya inquiry is to determine the correct meaning of, or whatever it is, discussion is meant to ascertain. For its ascertainment, which position to be taken. To ascertain that position only, that chinta, that discussion or inquiry is to be begin. Truth, satyam, true. What you said is true. Satyam. Prapto dosho na shakyaha parihartum anyatarasmin. Now, that fault which has been accrued in either of these assumptions cannot be removed. Agreed. Because there is a fault in the first assumption which cannot be removed. Second also there is a dosha which cannot be removed. Satyam. Prapto doshaha na shakyaha parihartum anyatarasmin. So in either of these, what you call positions, accepting these two positions, the fault cannot be removed. And moreover, or va trutiye pakshe adushte avadhrute vyartha chinta syat. Correct. Now moreover, if the third assumption is taken, then also ask according to you, the third assumption is there, finalized, or third assumption is concluded, then also chinta is, discussion or inquiry is useless. But my question is, natu sa avadhrutaha iti. But the third assumption has not yet been determined. Third assumption, you said there is if there is a third assumption, then discussion is useless. Acharya says, correct, provided if the third assumption has been determined. Has it been determined so far? No. Therefore, tad avadharanarthatvat arthavati eva esha chinta. Therefore, our discussion, this considering the third assumption and discussing, all this is fruitful only. Fruitful only. They don't become vyartha. It is not useless discussion that we have taken up. Because it is in order to ascertain and determine the third option. What is the third assumption? Whether Jiva is different from Brahman, Sankramaнаkarta, the attainer, is he different from Brahman or one with Brahman? Or according to you there is some third assumption, then these two will go true. But third assumption has not been determined, no. So we have to discuss now completely. If there is third assumption which you can arrive at, then the first and two becomes useless. अभी कुछ भी नहीं किया हमने. I just started, let us discuss, and you cut off my neck. I just said, let us start thinking whether attainer, Sankramaнаkarta, is he one with Brahman or other than Brahman. But there are defects in these two assumptions. So therefore, in order to ascertain the third position, this enquiry is considered as fruitful only. It is not vyartha chinta. It is not vyartha. It is not waste of time. So what is no discussion? Who is this Sankramaнаkarta? A attainer. Who is the attainer? That is the chinta. Now, second question, Purvapakshi asked. He says, Satyam Arthavati Chinta. Okay, sir. Satyam. True. Chinta is Arthavati. Now, Chinta, your inquiry to ascertain the meaning, etc., it is fruitful. Because any discussion to ascertain the correct meaning of the scriptures is always fruitful. Purvapakshi says Satyam. Chinta, Satyam Arthavati Chinta. Why? Shastra Artha Avadharanarthatvat. Because it is meant to ascertain the correct meaning or come to conclusion of the correct meaning of the scriptural statements. So any inquiry is fruitful. Agreed. But Chintyasi Tattvam Natu Nirnayeshyasi. You only think, but you will never come to conclusion. If the discussion is arriving at a point of conclusion, then that discussion is fruitful. Only discussion but no conclusion, that entire exercise is vyartha. And he says that you will only cogitate, meaning you just only brood over different thoughts. You bring out your own thoughts. Ultimate conclusion you will not be able to determine. See? You may propose your thinking, you may talk about, you may throw different thoughts, you may throw different proposals as to what is to be, how is to be understood, as by statement has to be understood, etc. But you will never come to conclusion. Like हर मीटिंग में ही होता है, घरों में भी 2 घंटा 3 घंटा बेकार चर्चा, and चर्चा is always on branches, not on the main stem. Yesterday someone came, somebody, outsider. He was talking something. I said, what is the point of contention? No, somebody is guiding me, Swamiji. He says, don't go to Swamis, don't go to any our spiritual organization. To khao piyo maja karo, aisa kehte hain humse. I am disturbed, it seems, mentally. I said, what is the point of contention? What is it you want to tell me now? You cannot drag me into bekar discussion. I said, what is it you want to tell? Ultimately, what is it your problem is? You have no answer. You should have asked him when he gave you such a big lecture to you. You should have asked him, that guy, that boss, what is your point of contention? What is ultimately you wanted to convey? That you don't ask. He never tells. Now I'm telling you that you people also never ask. Sab discussions bekar. Why? Because no one wants to come to a conclusion. Discussions, if they are meant to conclude, help us arrive at a conclusion, always nonsense. बार बार खींचना पड़ता है टॉपिक के और so many, every family you take, every meeting you take, everything you take. So he says, you only think, but you will not come to a conclusion. You will not be able to determine, that's the meaning. Now, Acharya says, again, he asks a question, Kim na nirnetavyam iti vedavachanam. What is it? Is it your view that the Vedic statements or sentences, Vedavakyas, Vedavachanam, they need not be determined? What is your thinking now? Is it your view that the Vedic sentences need not be determined at all? Koi Vedavachanam na nirnetavyam. Is it your conclusion? Na. Purvak says, no, aisa mujhe aisa koi nahi hai. I am not telling that they should not be determined. They need not be determined. But you will not come to determine. You will not come to any conclusion. That is the meaning. Then Acharya says, Katam Tarihi. Then how then you can say that discussions which are now opened up now, this discussion which would become useless, how can you say that? That discussion would become useless. What? Vedic statements, they are not to be determined. No, this man says, Maharaj, ऐसा नहीं मैं नहीं कहता हूं. Why? Because बहु प्रतिपक्षत्वात्. Because now what's happening in Vedic statement, in every Vedic statement, there is a conclusion in it. So any Veda Vachanam, do not confuse us. Only thing is you have to determine the context and the correct meaning of a Veda Vachanam. That means if you say a Vedic statement need not be determined, it is amounting to saying that Vedic statements are confusing and they don't have any meaning in it. So how can you go against this kind of a thing? He says scriptures are no meaning and all. You have to determine the correct meaning. Tatparya Nirnayam it is called. We have to come to arrive at a conclusion of what this Shruti Vachanam or Veda Vachanam is trying to convey us. On that only Vedanta Chinta, Paribhasha, so many Shastras, they are built up. Only to help us arrive at a proper conclusion. So similarly, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. This Veda Vachanam, Taittirīya Upaniṣad Vachanam. So we say, what is Satyam, what is Jnanam, what is Anantam? Are the attributes of Brahman? What are the complications in understanding them? If they are qualities of Brahman other than Brahman. So what is that Shruti Mata says here? So that is, those sentences were well thought of and concluded. You say that you don't come to conclusion at all. Meaning, do you mean to say that Vedic statements need not be determined? No, ऐसा कोई बात नहीं sir, मैं ऐसा नहीं कह रहा हूँ. If that is the case, then how come you say on what grounds this discussion would become useless? Katam Tarihi. So now this Purvapakshi says, I am telling you that you will not arrive at any conclusion because of the following reasons. Number one, he says, Bahu Pratipakshatvat, because you cannot come to a conclusion or determine the meaning of a Vedic statement because there are many opponents to you. They don't let you come or arrive at a conclusion. आप कुछ कहेंगे, इसका वेद वचन का इसका अर्थ यही है. Then there are hundreds of people to challenge your conclusion. Bahu Pratipakshatvat. Why? Because Ekatvavaditvam Vedartha Pararthatvat. Why? Because you are a Advaitist, monist. You follow Advaita. Very good. And why? Because since you follow the ideas of Vedas, Vedic ideas, so you are Veda Sampradayi, Vedartha Pararthatvat. You give importance to Vedic statements, you are following Advaita, you are confined to Vedic thinking, so Veda is Pramanam for you. But there are many other Buddhists you take, Shunyavada, so many other things, those who are outside the Vedic pale. Bahavohi Nanatvavadinaha. Those many dualists are there. They don't believe in Advaita. So every Veda Vachanam you take, that is interpreted by them differently. So every Vedic sentence, if it is interpreted by different people, dualists they interpret differently, Advaita people interpret differently, Visishtadvaiti interpret differently. Therefore, how can you come to a conclusion? This is the final conclusion of Veda Vachanam. So you will not be able to arrive at a conclusion because of these opponents. Nanatvavadinaha, Bahavo Nanat. There are many dualists are there. Veda Bahyaha. They are outside the pale of Vedic circle. Outside the Vedic pale. Tat Pratipakshaha. And all of them are opponents to you. They are opposed to you. You say Advaita, who is accepting your Advaita Siddhanta? There are many dualists are there who don't believe in your conclusions. Ataha mama ashankam na nirneshayasi iti. Therefore I apprehend or I doubt that you will not be able to determine this Veda Vachanam. So, you say that avatarnartham, shastrartham, we will say, very good. But will you be able to do it? You will not be able to do it. You cannot conclusively arrive. This is my doubt. Acharya says, Etadeva me swastyatanam, swasti ayanam. This itself stands as a great blessing for me. What? Because yen mam eka yoginam Aneka yogi bahupratipaksham atha. Because you told me, you named me that I am Advaiti. You said, na? You called me Advaiti, tera muh mein chakkar. That is the thing. This itself is a great blessing to me. That you have called me Advaiti. Etadevate me swastyayanam. Yen mam eka yoginam. Aneka yogi bahupratipaksham. And you called me, you told me, you named me, or you termed me that I am Advaiti faced by many opponents. Aneka bahupratipaksham. Ataha jeshyami sarvan. Therefore I shall conquer all of them. This is a war declared. Jeshyami sarvan. Arambhecha chintam. So let us start now my discussion. Chintam, inquiry, this discussion, therefore I begin my discussion. What is discussion? Sayevatu syat tad bhavasya vivakshitatvat. My point is, the attainer must be the Supreme Self. The assumptions, the doubts and all that you told, that will be clarified. The attainer is none other than Supreme Self only. But then objection, assumption that if there is no Jiva is Brahman alone, then the problems are there. That subject, object, all those things will be addressed. They are only your apprehensions. They are apprehended problems in your mind because you are unable to think. Therefore, Sayeva syat, Arambhe chintam, Sayevatu syat tad bhavasya vivakshitatvat. Because it is actually the implied, it is the same thought or same idea is implied here throughout the text that the Jiva and Brahman are one. Tad bhavasya vivakshitatvat. So that bhavana, that understanding alone is implied. That Jiva and Brahman alone is same in all the scriptures, in all the Upanishads. Therefore, who is attainer, Sankramana Karta? Supreme Self alone. The attainer is non-different from Brahman. Tad vijnanena paramatma bhavohi atra vivakshitaha brahmavid apnoti param iti. Nahi, now this is the thought. Now the support is Brahmānanda Upanishad Vachanam. Brahmavid apnoti param. Sorry, Brahmavid apnoti param, yes. Taittirīya Upaniṣad, Brahmavid apnoti param iti. In this, through this Vakya, the knower of Brahman attains supreme. Tad vijnanena paramatma bhavo yatra vikshataha Brahmavid apnoti param iti. Now, this thought we will take up tomorrow. Because again it will continue. So slowly, again I can't stop in between. So, but ultimately what is it? The Sankramana Karta is Paramatma alone. But how this is all come? Let us see now. But what about the problem that you have mentioned? That also will be taken into consideration and they will be addressed, and they are only apprehended misunderstandings. Actually, they are not the problems. कुछ समझ में आया? ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय.